Okie dokie. Hello, 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 boys and girls. How we doing? How we doing? Good evenings. Good afternoon, good evenings, good mornings, wherever you are. It's time to play some Satisfactory. I'm so addicted to this game, it's not even funny. We finished Turbo Fuel earlier, which was good fun. Turbo Fuel is now up and running. We've got to do probably some tender loving care, a few tweaks, a few little bonuses. But this is the best sound in the world. Ready? Oh yeah, I even think it made my microphone peak, I'm sorry. Do I not have my limiter switched on? I should have the limiter switched on. Noise gate is up and running at the very least. The limiter's not done in OBS, it should be fine. Righty. Let's see where we got to. Ah, what a view. We're not sipping on the Joe this evening. We've got something slightly stronger than the Joe. But this is looking beautiful. This is looking absolutely wonderful. I'm hoping. It's always interesting when you log out and log back in. Log back in. It's not World of Warcraft. When you close the game, open the game, to see just how much of it still works, or to see how much of it is totally busted. But let's pray that it all works well. If Turbo Fuel is doing its thing nicely, what we can do is we can use some of the Turbo Fuel for some other little bits and bobs. Let's have a look here. 11,200 megawatts of juice potentially being produced, where we currently only have a max consumption of a little over 4,000. Even if everything is switched on, that means we've got so much headroom on power, we probably don't know what to do with it all. Short term at least, until something else significant changes. We were absolutely got the hiccups already. We were absolutely ruined by... Wait, what happened there? We were absolutely ruined earlier by our sheer lack of concrete beams. Which may lead me to want to have a little bit of a looky at our main base now. Kind of been putting it off for a while, but before we start really scaling up and building things up properly, I think it's important to get the main base up and running and as functional as possible. We can't be having these random hiccups when we run out of belts. That is just not acceptable. So we need to probably do some just little odd jobs this evening, I reckon. Just fix a few things up. That might include doing a little bit of exploring, grabbing some spheres to make sure that we can get the main base running smooth. And we'll need to ultimately decide exactly where I'm going to put an aluminium factory. Now, I don't know how big aluminium needs to be. Now, I also know that there's probably not a terrible idea to just quickly whip some up. Whip a little build up somewhere, maybe, possibly. I'm almost tempted, you know, to this node that we're using over here. We pulled this in to just slug the shit out of this and, like, bring another belt of this to somewhere where there is convenient. There's an entire pure node of bauxite up here, which is actually on top of there somewhere. But we've already kind of got infrastructure around here, so it kind of makes sense to me a little bit to use that. It does put us in a precarious predicament, though, when it comes to copper. Which is why I'm kind of thinking maybe we bring some of it back into this sort of area, whilst we're not flush for copper over here either. I do have an entire node of copper over here. And I'm sure we could probably get some more from somewhere else at some point. I don't know. I haven't decided. Maybe a little aluminium build just to get the ball rolling, you know. Get the ball rolling and then see what's up. But before we do that, I need to just tidy a few little things up around here, because there'll be little niggly things that'll annoy me unless I do it. Just random things like not having this in the right place. Not having that full is a weird little thing to not have in place. Fill in a few gaps on the floor. The the turbo fuel that we're now producing, we could do with a bonus refinery, technically. A bonus refinery in order to make a few extra little things. A few extra little things, such as packaging it up. We might bring a pipe of turbo fuel. We need plastic for the packager, don't we? No, that's a lie. We don't need plastic for the packager. What we do need, though, is these... we need the empty canisters. Those we also need if we want to package it up as such for use in our jetpack. There was one other major thing that I was really wanting these two materials for, and I can't really... Oh, smokeless something or other. Smokeless something or other. That's something that we needed. Both coal and sulfur for, wasn't it? How do we make that? Smokeless... No. No. That one. Smokeless powder. This requires black powder first. And then we use some of the heavy oil residue to make some smokeless powder. An explosive that is commonly used to produce modern firearms. And then we need to slam a bunch of that in a storage chest and put it in the cloud. Easy ammo generation whenever needed. Yeah, reset day in WoW. Probably, yeah, I have really no incentive to log into WoW. We're at that kind of weird, sticky situation. There was a PTR build yesterday. It seemed to contain... I had a little flick through the patch notes. It shows basically nothing more than a handful of class changes. And it's the Mythic Plus testing week. Doesn't appeal to me in the slightest. Quite honestly, doesn't appeal to me in the slightest. Can't possibly see any reason to go and tinker around on the... You know, I don't have much enthusiasm to do Mythic Plus on live. Never mind testing it on the PTR. So yeah, really no reason to log into WoW right now for me personally. We could go do the Siren Isle, get flying out there and whatever, but other than that, like from a goal-making perspective, it's just a grind right now. It's just a grind I don't need to do. Plenty of gold. Don't need particularly much more that desperately. Certainly don't need to fight for it. So we'll see. We'll see. It might be worth taking a little bit of a look at the PTR in a week or two's time. But I'm still not really desperate to get back into WoW. It'll be good when 11.1 launches. There'll be a cluster of excitement when we actually get a release date. That's the only thing. There's only one thing that's dragging me back into World of Warcraft right now, and that's that I'm pretty convinced half of the materials that I squirreled away 4 or 5 weeks ago have probably gone up in value right now, and I could probably sell them all and double my money. But same scenario once again. Like I'm not overly concerned. I'm not overly fussed. Right, heavy oil residue. Let's figure out where we're going to do this. It feels like it's somewhat smart to tack it onto the back over here, or at least attach it to here, because this is where heavy oil residue is coming through. And this entire system right now is just sinking everything because the containers are full. So there's no reason I couldn't slap another refinery down here, use some of this heavy oil with another one of these. Use some of the heavy oil, make some, what was it called? Black powder or something. How much map have you explored? Really not a huge amount. There's this section, in terms of, well, we've got radars down to see what I feel about a third of it. This is probably about a third of the map. It goes up quite a bit up here, I think. You've got all the desert area up here, and it goes down and all the way across pretty much. So realistically, we've still got loads of map to explore. But even doing little, you know, little things such as... We're still not operating on the greatest of scales. Even taking this coal node and bringing it over here was like a reasonable amount of effort. And this sulfur node down and up was a reasonable amount of effort. So at the moment, we are just not prepared to be traversing the whole map yet. Not unless we, like, do some trains. Welcome in, Drizzly Rose. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I feel that there's still plenty more to explore, plenty more to see. If you are going to be here for the purpose of... this is another one we should actually get up and running, the polyester fabric. Smokeless powder is going to need black powder in the first place. Black powder is made in an assembler, 30 per minute. This is going to mess with my feng shui a little bit here. Going to mess with the feng shui just a touch, but we can pipe you straight in there. That means you're getting your heavy oil residue. Does mess with the numbers just a tad for plastic production over here, but we'll be fine. And this... go in there. And then we need both... what's this one? What's this one? What's this one? Black powder. Then we need some coal and some sulfur in here. Coal and sulfur, which we've got just across the pond. Almost like we planned for this. Just squeezed a bag of oranges for some fresh juice. What a treat after a long work day. Yeah, you'll often see me chugging down the apple juice. Apple juice. I have an apple. I have a reasonable sized apple tree in my backyard, and I will now most summers be able to harvest huge amounts of fresh apples, and we just crush them all for juice, and it's really nice. Oh, that's a different level. Well, I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, some freshly squeezed juice of any variety. Real nice. Real tasty. This is one of those things that I'm not convinced I really need to automate it, but... I'm trying to make sure I do this in a relatively neat and tidy fashion. Is that straight in there? This is nothing that ever needs producing at scale. It just needs to work. So there's the coal. We need the sulfur from the other side. Is that a lot? Oh my god, if I've lined that up first time, that's an absolute wild one. Oh, it's not quite aligned. Oh well, it'll have to have that funky kink in it. Right, so that's black powder coming in here. Did I set this to do its thing? I did. So then the black powder goes in here. This all produces our smokeless powder. And then smokeless powder is something else we can add into a bucket, a container. And we can then look at doing something with it. €2.40 for one glass. You laugh, but like a carton of like Tropicana orange juice or something like that is like €4 plus these days. At least in Team Finland, anyway. It's pretty wild. This doesn't actually claim to be used in anything yet. Is it just that well, it is going to be used in stuff, but I need to make some for the research, don't I? That's what I actually need it for so far. So for now, I'm just going to slam it in a box, and we'll figure out what we need to do with it in a minute. If I can remember where the boxes are. There we go. Let's just whack it in there. Right, that should now be smokeless powder. 20 a minute. I have no idea how much I actually need. Do I have a MAM research building around here somewhere? No, that's a bio thing. Pretty sure I need some of this for the MAM. I just can't remember exactly. Whoop, we're on the right. No, we are on the right side. It looked funny. Where was it? Sulfur? Yeah, here we go. Sulfur tech. We need a hard drive. We need 10 empty fluid tanks. And I need some packaged turbo fuel to learn rocket fuel. Well, that's going to be a fun game. I've got the hard drive already. How do we make empty fluid tanks? Oh. I apparently don't know how to make empty fluid tanks. Well, I guess we're not getting... I guess we're not unlocking that anytime soon then. How's the power made right now? Power's made by turbo fuel now. We finished our turbo fuel build earlier today. And it's now pretty big and pretty powerful. It's yeah, it's a bit of a beast, but it works and it's on. And more importantly than that, it's stable. We got 10,000 megawatts of power now. It should be enough for a small period of time, I think. 11,200 is what we're producing in terms of megawatts. Okay, well, so we're not unlocking this side of the tree just yet. Even though we can kind of see them. This was the one I need. Explosive rebar, I needed 200 of this. Add that to to-do list. This was another one that I wanted the smokeless powder from, and that requires me to make a shitload of nobelisks as well. And I also wanted the rifle. Let's try and get these done. Let's get those as a little shopping list and see what's going on. Turbo rifle ammo. That could also be cool. I'll have to give you guys a bit of a heads up. Russian is not my speciality. If we can keep the stream to English. Please. Love how the factory looks. I appreciate it. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Right, I have no idea what this is in Russian. I apologise. I have no idea what this is. If we can get these unlocked, that is quite far away because that needs something magical that I have no idea what it is. We should be able to also make the rifle, hopefully. Yeah, we're going to go on a little bit of an ammo. We're going to go on a little bit of we're going to go on a little bit of a blast making some stuff now. So we need 350 of that smokeless powder. That might actually be taking a little time to produce, you know. We've got some of it. We also need some iron rebar to be made. I think the iron rebar is going to require me to make a bunch of the black powder as well. Might be worth stocking up on some black powder if that's used primarily in ammo. Have we got a crafting bench? Let's get a crafting bench down here as well. It's not this one, is it? It's the other one. The equipment bench. So what did we need? Iron rebar. We need 200 or so rebar. Okay, that just comes straight from rods. We can get that crafted. Let's get those made real fast. So heartbreaking, my alts got scrambled on the login. Oh, they've all been put in a different order. Oh dear, yeah, that can that's gonna throw you, especially if you've got a lot of them. If you're halfway through doing something. Right, rebar made. That was easy enough. We need to make 200 nobelisks. This is where it might take a little bit of time. What do we need for the... yeah, see, we need the black powder for the nobelisks, which means I probably want to produce this and even slam it in a... slam some of this in the cloud as well. We might make that by hand whilst these are crafting. We can grab a stack of coal or two. Grab a stack of sulfur or two. See if that's enough. Right, let's get crafting away. How many nobelisks? 200 of the things. Nobelisks are useful for knowing the lore of the game. I think I see what you did there. Probably not the same novel. Probably not. How many do we need per Nobelisk? We need 2 per Nobelisk. We need 200, so we're going to need at least 400 black powder, aren't we? I'm also running out of inventory space, so we might need to shimmy how we produce some of this. So yeah, this evening is just going to be a little chill. This evening's going to be basically just sort of poking around, seeing what we can tidy up, really, more than anything else. Oh, you make 2 at a time of this. Oops, I didn't even realise we're making 2 at a time. Wednesday's my longest work day, so a little chill's perfect. Yeah, I'm probably not going to take on any new major task today. Tidy up a few things, upgrade a few things, might redo or boost production of some core materials, for example, but not going to start anything particularly new or adventurous. We got some big progress made with turbo fuel earlier, so I'm happy about that. Make a zoo with the locals. The locals don't stick around though. This is the problem. Like, they respawn on load-in, and so this is why you kind of always have to be prepared to deal with them, because you can't trap them. I've tried trapping them. Trapping them doesn't necessarily always work because they escape. I trapped Beans on the floor, and then by the time I logged back in again next, he was gone, which was sad. Right, we need another 150 or so of this, plus some bonuses. We'll probably craft out what we have with the remaining of this coal. Then we can... what, 9 more? Oh, we're waiting on flipping steel pipes to upload. Of course we are. Okay. Both steel beams. We can borrow those. I need motors. We can borrow a stack of those. Saves us having to go back to the thing. Is that enough to actually learn anything right now? Or do we still need more? We need 200 of this to go any further. Smokeless powder. Have we made some more of that over here? Is that ready and available yet? How are we doing on here? 88. Smokeless powder. 218. 218 will do. That's enough for the first research at least. That's going to give us some explosive rebar. Love that. Boom. Literally boom.
Explosive rebar unlocked. Rebar ammo that explodes on impact. Suitable for removal of unwanted obstacles, creatures, or limbs.
Or limbs. Oh dear. Okay, nice. Nice. What's it going to cost to actually make that stuff? I'm going to suspect it now works more effectively than my Shatter Rebar. Shatter Rebar has a 3 out of 4 damage. Are we going to say Explosive Rebar has a 4 out of 5 damage? Yeah, now we're cooking. This once again takes basic iron rebar to build. Basic iron rebar and the smokeless powder. So yes, we're definitely going to want to put that in the cloud so that where necessary we can craft more ammo. If we're stuck out in the field, we can always craft some more ammo. If the edge of a cup is called the lip, does that mean you are kissing the cup when you drink from it? Well, you can kiss lips, but there are definitely other things you can do with lips. Kissing is definitely a option, or an option, sorry, I should say. Correct grammar. Right, we can make some more of you. We're short on rubber. We can fix our rubber situation. I'm half tempted to boost our plastic production, fix a few little things. Like at the moment, we're mostly sinking everything. We're sinking everything here, and we're not fully really utilizing much of anything. This petroleum coke, I have still not found a really good use for this. So much so that I'm tempted to just stop producing it, because it's made as a byproduct, and I made it just because I thought having some of it would help. But the reality is I don't need it. I don't need it for anything. So I should be using this heavy oil residue to make something else that I could potentially need. One of those things being plastic. What we're doing right next door here is... No, we're also using it to make more fuel. One of these is plastic. Which one of the... Oh, the whole thing is making plastic, sorry. We could use it to make fuel. And more power and more goodness. But at the moment, it's just making coke and just being sunk, which feels a bit bad. Also, the polymer residue thing. There's 3 options we can use for polymer residue, which at the moment are all just being sunk as well. These are some of the little odd jobs that weren't necessary to do when we set these up, but it might be worthwhile doing. That's like little knick-knacky tasks that if you just don't get them done, they never get done, sort of thing. Right, we still need some more smokeless powder. Let's go get some more rubber. Rubber's over this way. Grab a stack of you. We need 15 more nobelisks, apparently, and then 100 more motors. I'm hoping... Another stack of those once they've been added to the cloud again, and we'll be good. Oh yeah, nobelisks. Nobelisks. What happened to the 3-story building you were making the other day? That was making phase 3 components. That's still doing its thing, and if I'm honest, I should probably go back over there and see if how the box is filling up. It's making these things. What are they called? It's making these modular engines. These, whilst it doesn't look like I need these for anything now, I believe they go into these, I think. Or one of these next phase components uses those, so having them stacked up in the background, just casually making, is absolutely fine. That's one of those builds that I hope to not ever need to actually go back to, ever. It should just be, you know, it should be there now that just does its job in the background. That's the theory, at least. I need to make 15 nobelisks. For the cluster nobelisk. Oh no, I'm flipping 2 powder short. Yoink. And now I'm 10 short. 8 short. Do we just wait? Do we just wait? Go on, do faster. I even made that factory at a big enough scale that it should last me all the way to the end of the game. So I shouldn't ever have to really touch it again. which was overproducing it at the time, but hopefully it'll be enough for the future. Right, cluster obelisk.
Cluster Nobelisk unlocked. This type of Nobelisk detonates into multiple smaller explosions. Can be used for clearing large areas of vegetation and other inconveniences.
Oh,
Addendum.
that's a good theory.
Inconveniences, in this case, is not defined to include
Persistent family members.
raccoons, student debt, the sunrise, peer performance reviews, neighbors learning to play the saxophone, phone calls, or your favorite show getting cancelled.
Okay. Should we make one? Should we see how big a boom how big the boom goes boom? No, apparently, because we need other stuff. We need regular ass nobelisks to go into the bonus nobelisks. In fact, we need 3 of them and 4 smokeless powder to make a single cluster one. Right, get cracking, get cracking. Other inconveniences? Yeah, sounds like the locals, doesn't it? Yeah. Right, cluster obelisk. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, how do I check which... there we go. Cluster. Right, should we go find some locals? There's got to be some locals just lurking over here, surely. Always locals lurking somewhere. Or have I... These aren't locals. These are good birds. We let the good birds live. Hi, friend. Ho ho ho! Catch. They're fun. Oh, it's on his butt. Okay, these are too fun. These are too fun. Right, find more locals. Bees. Can we fuck up bees with these? Huh. Kobe. Wow, I didn't do shit to the bees. Wow, those things are like immune to... Who'd have thought those bases are immune to nobelisks? Catch. Oh, that was a terrible throw. Oh, he's going to walk past it anyway. Oh no! Come over this way. Come over this way. Oh, they are fun. Okay, right, we'll craft up some more of those then. They're going to be useful. They're a useful addition to the arsenal. We take those. How much damage does it do to me? I'm not sure I'm willing to find that out. I would say enough to probably not do it. Let's put the nukes down. Let's get back to coffee. Let's maybe grab a bit more of this to make some more of the powder. So yeah, both the black powder and the smokeless black powder could really do with going in the cloud. Because otherwise I'm going to have to keep a bunch of this on me. Why is it not going to let me do anything? Alright, get rid of you. That first beer went down too fast. Yeah, so any core component that goes into crafting all of this, I probably need in the cloud as well. Meaning that I could put some coal and some sulfur in the cloud. Theory goes is I should probably just automate a bunch of this and then put the final product in the cloud. So then I can just quickly grab a resupply rather than having to recraft it all myself whenever needed, but that almost seems sensible. We'll do that level of sensibility later. We should also have enough actually now to make the rifle, which might replace my... I'm going to assume this is going to replace my my other gun, whatever the hell it was called. The Rafale.
Rifle and rifle ammo unlocked. A long-range weapon and rapid-fire ammunition, only to be used for the defense or acquisition of fixed property. Conveniently, this includes everything of value on this planet.
How convenient. How convenient. Only to be used in the acquisition of anything you want. Okay. So where is... So we're going to replace our rebar gun, I suspect, with a rifle now. Long range, rapid fire, specifically designed to deliver adequate performance within the designated work area. Sure. Craft. You watch the ammo being annoying as all hell to make. Rifle ammo. Smokeless powder, which we're already making. And copper sheets that are already in the cloud. Easy business. How much does this stack to? Oh, and you get 15 per. Oh, I'm going to have to go find some more locals in a minute. Stack of 500 maybe? Oh, what have I run out of? I've run out of powder. Alright. So let's swap that out for this. Boom. Cartridge in. 15 shots in the cartridge. Let's go say hi to some more locals then, shall we? If I haven't murdered them all. There's got to be locals over here. One thing I will say is this is going to make going and exploring and getting spheres and stuff far more user-friendly. It was annoying as all hell previously. Okay, those little things just get toasted. Have we got a bigger opponent? Okay, takes quite a few shots to get them down. That said, it is automatic firing if you hold the button down. Any more locals? Negative on the local front. Need better ammo. Yeah, we'll, oh shit, one shot in the chamber. Okay. It's, whoa! Oh, hello. I found Mummy. Doesn't change my level of squishiness. But it definitely makes killing stuff easier. Absolutely, definitely makes killing stuff easier. Okay. Let's not fly around with a loaded gun, though. We know better than that. Oh, was that all of those things we actually researched that we needed to research? Okay, that's cool. Let's stock up then, because we burned through a bunch of ammo testing then. So let's think about this. Rifle ammo is going to need smokeless powder. So smokeless powder is definitely going to need to go in the cloud. I didn't even get to test explosive rebar. We instantly leveled up to rifle. Is it worth having both? Is it still worth using both? What does the rifle ammo damage? See, the damage claims it's only 2 out of 5, whereas the explosive rebar claims to have a 4 out of 5 damage. Explodes on impact, dealing heavy damage. Yeah, for the sniper style shoot and boom situation, I'm still tempted to keep some of this going. Either way, we need smokeless powder all the same. Rebar we can always make because rods are in the cloud automatically. I don't have any spheres right now to put anything else in the cloud. But this this smokeless powder business, since it's used over here, will mean that we can always craft up rifle ammo whenever we need it or run out. Do I have... Oh, I do have one. Okay. Well, there's no point having it lying about, eh? Let's get it doing something important. I don't think I'm ever going to put this anywhere other than just kind of casually leaving it here. This is the most dumb place to leave it though, because when I expand copper, this is going to be right in the way. So before this gets too full, we're going to relocate this to somewhere where it's not stupid. Which is, I mean, the reality is this is not the place to put this. This is not the place to put this, because we're going to do smarter things with this. We're going to end up producing significant amounts of heavy oil residue. Plastic produces 10 per minute per machine. Okay, when this is actually all doing plastic, we're only going to produce 100 residue a minute, which isn't enough fuel for me to be excited about in any way, shape or form. Maybe we can just leave this here. This can take 60. This can take 40. There's the 100. This can take another 10. So these three actually can just be fine doing this. It's when we do rubber we might have a... Okay. Maybe this can just live here. I am going to slightly relocate it though, just so it's a little bit more out of the way. Seeing the 5080 reviews today seem to be a resounding meh. I've watched a couple of them. Yeah, I have seen a couple of them. The comparison between a 4080 is yes. It seems very meh. The thing I always try and remember when looking at these early reviews of this stuff is they're directly comparing against the absolute equivalent of its last generation. So they're basically saying there's about a 15% uplift on a 4080 Super. Doesn't compete with a 4090. But the reality for me is that it's kind of close enough to a 4090, but it's over €1,000 less than a 4090. So, like, if I'm in the market today for a new graphics card, a 5080 is still a significant step up from what I've got, and it's basically a significantly it's still good value from my perspective. I don't ever think that this is why I tend to think a lot of the reviews for these new graphics cards are always relatively negative, because from one generation to the next generation step up is only going to be incremental. It's only going to be a small step up. The 5090 is in a league of its own anyway, because it's like Titan level. It's beyond enthusiasts at that point. It's for the people that have more money than sense. But the 5080, I still think, the fact that it's 10 to 15% better than a 4080 Super, which I know from experience, a 4080 Super is still €1,300 if you can even buy one in Finland, which I can't. They're like, all of the stores have sold out of them already. So the 5080 is going to be basically the same as the 4080 Super, a little bit boosted, but brand new and basically the same price. So in my eyes, it's still a significant upgrade and significantly more worthwhile than the 3070 that I use right now. So I still think I'm probably in the market for a 5080. That said, I would really like, and this sounds weird, I would really, really like the Founders Edition over the aftermarket ones. Because the aftermarket ones are all going to be in great big 3.5 slots. Sure, they'll probably be a bit cooler. But the Founders Edition one just looks neat and tidy. And if it's got the same cooler as the 5090, and that cooler was designed to keep flipping nearly 600 watts cool, I think on the 5080, the cooler was probably going to perform really well. So I kind of want the Founders Edition. And equally, the Founders Edition should, in theory, be there's the opportunity of it being relatively close to MSRP. But it does really, really, really make me want to see what the 5070 and the 5070 Ti end up looking like. Because there is some significant price reductions. I mean, it's obvious why they released the 5080 and the 5090 first, right? Because you release the best ones first, so then nobody's got any comparison on price, really. But I do think the 5070 Ti and the 5070 will be significantly better value for money, even knowing that they won't be the same performance as a 5080. But my thoughts is a new 4K OLED 27-inch screen. The 5080 I think is then a good combo. 4K screen is a little bit overkill, but I kind of don't want 1440p. If I'm going to go from 1080p, I'm going to go straight up to 4K. Because a screen is something I will buy once every 10 years. Graphics card, I'll replace it every 3 or 4. A 4K OLED now, I think there's a new Acer one, I think. There's a brand new one coming out, 240 hertz, 4K. OLED, 27 inches, I think, for about 1,200. Similar price to the graphics card. I think that's a solid upgrade that should last me a few years then. That's the theory. But yeah, comparing them against the 40 series, they do look a bit, well, you know, yeah. But, you know, if you're rocking a 4080 right now, you probably don't really care about the new ones that much. If there was a 30% uptick in performance and you had more money than sense, then maybe. But if you're in that more money than sense category, you're probably buying the 5090 anyway. Most gamers who pick up 80 series graphics cards don't replace them every generation. They replace them every few generations. But I still think the 80 series is where you get your most bang for your buck. Yeah. So to answer a short question in a long way, yes, I've seen some. Yes, I've seen the reviews. The reviews surprisingly come out the day before they go on sale. Who would have guessed? But yeah, I do kind of agree with you. The chances of actually getting, odds of getting a Founders Edition anytime soon might be troublesome. We'll see. Maybe I will ask Cupid for Valentine's Day. What am I missing? Oh, SAM fluctuators. Well, that's something I wasn't expecting to be missing. Please hold. Oh, this isn't even a regular crafting bench. But it also means, one thing I would say, is the only ever so slight advantage is that with all of the so-called negative press around them, they might not be as difficult to buy. This is the theory, right? They might not be so difficult to buy because scalpers might not look at them and go, "Ooh, scalpers only do scalper things," if they think that there's an opportunity for them to sell them at stupid money. Especially with the Nvidia stock thing at the moment. I think even scalpers might be a little bit hesitant to dive in and try and buy them all and try and rip people off. So, we'll see. We'll see. Right, that should now be black smokeless powder in the cloud, which is nice. That's what we wanted. I had the XTX for 2 years now. It's turned out to be a good buy. Yeah, definitely. The XTX is really holding strong. Really holding strong. The XTX is still almost competing with the 5080 now. So, yeah, it's definitely holding strong. So what were we making? We were just stocking up on things, weren't we now? So I want to make sure I've got plenty of rifle ammo on hand. Where is my rifle ammo here? Plenty of rifle ammo on hand. Always make sure we keep a stack of that floating about. Let's get some regular nobelisks and probably then convert them into clusters, because those clusters were fun. Make like, I don't know, what's these stack to? They stack to 50? Probably just always keep a stack of everything about. Let's make some more clusters because they were just fun. Oh, they used 3 of the regular ones. I need to pay attention to that. Ah, yeah. Using 3 at a time, we burnt through our regular nobelisks pretty fast there, didn't we? Yeah, an ammunition kind of setup before too long might not be a terrible idea either. Where we can just like produce all of this stuff automatically. Do we ever want gas ones? I think the gas ones are going to cause me more of a problem than anything else. Same with the pulse ones. I'm going to end up blowing myself off a cliff. Right, okay. So explosive rebar. This is something we wanted to create and maybe even test some as well, didn't we? Because I think explosive rebar is single shot powerful. Does explosive rebar deal with bees? I still to this day need a better way of dealing with bees. Like the bee nests. Those motherfuckers. Literally the only thing that takes significant health off me in one go is those bees. Oh, we're missing pipe. We're short on pipe. Okay. What's next on this list then? We could work towards turbo rifle ammo. We need the aluminium casings though. We're going to need to get aluminium set up before we can deal with those. We need whatever the hell these are. Encased uranium cells. Cannot imagine we're going to be getting those anytime soon. So I guess we're not going to be getting the nukes just yet. Probably best, to be fair, let's be real. Like nukes in my hand, I don't need the big red button. Why would we not? Oh, do we need all? Do we need these to get? Can I get this now? It says missing materials, and it doesn't seem to limit it in any way. Give me inventory slots. Give me inventory slots. What do we need? Smokeless and computers. Gimme, gimme. Oh, hell yeah. Yoink. Always need more inventory.
Pocket dimension inflated by utilizing numinous gel hydrology channeled through an etheric spigot. Some used to say this as impossible, but the meaning of that word has long since been removed from my dictionary.
Okay. Right, so what's still lurking around here then? This needs 50 singularity cells. I ain't got a clue what that is. We know we're always short on spheres for finding these. Caterium. Oh! Bullet guidance system. Homing rifle ammo. Oh, now we're cooking. 10 high-speed connectors. I think I've even made those, but they're all the way back at base. So let me just kind of quickly make 10 of these. Homing ammo. Now we're talking. The less I have to aim, the better. Yes, please.
Homing rifle ammo unlocked. This ammo can be loaded into a normal rifle and, when fired, will seek a target. Clarification.
Better believe.
This does not make the rifle a homing rifle. If you leave the rifle alone, even when loaded with this ammo, it will not return home like a devoted and
Like a
adorable
devoted
puppy.
puppy. For clarification, let's clarify. AI doodahs. I mean, we can technically do the programmable splitter. We actually have all of the components for that research automated. Clearly, none of them are automatically in the cloud, though. So, the need for more spheres again. Power slugs. What's this one? 100 time crystals. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay. Homing rifle ammo. Is it basically regular ammo with the addition of something else? Regular rifle ammo with a high-speed connector. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Woo! The homing rifle ammo gets expensive quick. Holy. Yeah, that gets expensive quick. That's, maybe we'll stick to rifle ammo temporarily. That research, though, did burn through all of my rifle ammo, didn't it? Yes, sir, it did. Let's get some more made. Beer time. Right, we've got 500 of that. Nice. All these materials that we store in the cloud these days, and I still have a complete full inventory of just trash all the time. I need to start just throwing all of this in the sink. If it ends up in my inventory, I probably don't need it. That's the theory I should go by. Slug, well, quite clearly a lot of this is now full as well. Slugs can go in there, hard drives can go in there. What else we got that should probably go in there? There's probably no reason not to put a stack of ammo in there and stuff, so when I really run out in a pinch. It's not actually that much more that needs to go in there. Is it ever possible to get more than 6 hand slots, you know? I'm feeling the need for yet more inventory space. The chainsaw is going to have to get relegated, you know. Standard Assassino Zapper. Oh, we definitely don't want one of them. Just get rid of it. You go back in there. I want to test the explosive rebar. Right, locals. Somebody find me some locals, preferably bees. There's always a bee nest over here. Do you work on bees? You do work on bees. We have a bee killer. It still took 2 shots, but I'm wondering if that's because the first one missed or something. Okay, we have a bee blaster. Explosive might be the play from here on out then. Explosive rebar with a touch of rifle if we get into a pinch. Don't worry, Rose, there's more bees. We're going on a bee hunt. Don't you worry. Plenty of bees over here. See you later, bees. Oh, I've woken those up though. It's pretty goddamn loud, isn't it? Holy. Right, as long as you get to it before they spit bees out, you're fine. If they still spit bees out, you got a problem, but... Okay, more slug. So, we got bees. We don't really need this anymore at all for anything, do I really? Maybe our sword gets relegated, you know. Maybe the sword gets relegated. We have our ammunition row. And zipline and or scanner. Zipline and or scanner. Find some more locals. I want to test this out. Oh, literally one-shots him. Well, I missed. It's really loud. I apologise for how outrageously loud it is. Maybe standing a little bit too close to the explosions. Maybe a little bit close to the explosions there. Have I opened this one? I'm pretty sure I have opened this one. Yeah. Okay, well that's fun. Explosive rebar it is. Explosive rebar, cluster nukes. Yeah, cluster nukes. And then we got the rifle, which we will probably upgrade to homing soon, TM. Okay, we got a bit of an arsenal about us now, which is nice. That's one little section of odd jobs I wanted to get done this evening. We've worked our way through as much research as we can foreseeably acquire right now. We need a little stack of... Oh, I've given myself hiccups real bad. We need a little stack of turbo fuel now. Turbo fuel. Wherefore art thou turbo fuel? We're going to take the packager. We're going to borrow some of these. Put a second packager over here. Second packager over here. This is going to package up some turbo fuel. This is mostly just for our own consumption. We're going to need to borrow from here. This is getting a bit spaghetti. This is going to get a bit spaghetti. I'm not too keen on this getting a bit spaghetti. The pipe doesn't need to be down low. But if we want to go up there, we got to go up anyway. What? Why does this pipe even need to be down low? How many flipping junctions did I put in this thing? Holy. Oh, okay. Well, I kind of see why. Auto, please. Oh, that's not straight at all, is it? Oh, we have balls that up a treat. Absolutely messed that up a treat. There we go. That's more presentable. Now we can have... What is this line? And where the hell are you coming from? And what are you doing? You're that thing. You're that thing. There is absolutely no reason you can't go the other side. Absolutely no reason you can't go the other side. Which is handy for me. Because it means then we can... there. That now means that doesn't need to be there. That needs to be there. God, we'll get this right in a minute. Am I ever going to want these packaged things in the cloud? I don't think I am I? I can't see that being a thing. I think they're just going to have to be where they are, and plastic is going to have to be near near enough. We've got to get turbo fuel in here as well, and then I need storage space for the turbo fuel to sit. So maybe you can come a little bit closer to here. You're packaging fuel. This fella's going to package turbo fuel, and everybody's going to be happy about it. That's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. You in there. Now we just need to bring some bonus turbo fuel over here. And once we've got some bonus turbo fuel there, we don't want to consistently sink turbo fuel. We just want a container load of it. That's all we want, isn't it? A container load of it. Why not? Container load of it, and then slam it in the cloud for easy access. So we got to get you out here somewhere. Right, let's figure out where this is going then. Now, where's going to be the easiest place to steal the turbo fuel from? This looks like the easiest place. Because it's direct from the source. Direct from the source, and we can run it straight out and over. Straight out and over that way. Because I don't really want to attach it to this area in any way, shape or form. Although the other alternative is to take it this way. It's further out than that one, but it isn't going to intersect all of this business. Maybe even though it's a bit further, it is more sensible to run it this way. It's more pipe, it's more distance, but it seems to make sense in my head. And if I'm clever about it, we bring it straight in and over that way, don't we? Yeah. Going to be a bit cumbersome coming all the way up and over here, but you know, sometimes direct routes are the best routes. Direct routes are the best routes. Although I am going to hate it once it's done. I can already say I'm going to hate it. Right, maybe. Okay. Let's just go. Because it needs to come really weirdly just up here. You know what's even worse? Is it's like in the middle of two as well. Oh, that's how you do that tilty business. Okay, that's not what I intended in any way, shape or form, but I've learned something from that. You hold shift while you're doing it. Right, as gross as that looks, that is turbo fuel. Why is it not doing it? Oh, because we haven't powered any of it up. We ain't giving it no juice. Is that all it needs? How did I power up the other ones? Oh, I used this connector over here. Let's grab you then. Put you roughly in line with you. Oh, you've got all 4 connections. How? Where are you going? Oh, you're pulling all the way from over there to go there and to go there. And then to go there. Okay. Then you get an upgrade. Simple as. Packaged fuel. Why no turbo fuel? Hey, turbo fuel. Beautiful. Why no? Wow, it's really not getting much, is it? It should be claiming the overflow. Why is it not? Oh, now it's working. It just takes a bit of time. We kind of now got to wait for this entire pipe to fill up with turbo fuel as well, which is going to shock the rest of my power plant, but we'll see. How are we doing, Timey Trader? Welcome in. Good evening, good evening. Factorio's looking mighty spiffy, indeed. Indeed, we've leveled up. We're trying the 3D Factorio these days. See what's what. Right, turbo fuel. Boom. Took a while, but turbo fuel. We also need to put this in the cloud, don't we? So that we can quickly grab some. This also means that momentarily we'll be able to retire the use for package fuel. Luckily, it's all being sunk anyway. And I never bothered putting this in the cloud anyway, so doesn't matter, does it really? Let's see how this makes the old jetpack feel in comparison if we borrow you. How do I tell the jetpack to use this fuel? Settings, preferred fuel, package turbo fuel. Yeah! Okay. That gives us significant boostage. Oh, we can absolutely blast now. This is going to help exploration no end. Okay, that's wonderful. Love that. Huge, great big boost. I kind of want to lurk and get a bunch of this. Whilst we're lurking and getting a bunch of that, this seems like one of the most ridiculous uses for this right now. But the 4-legged thing, yeah, these are beans, or we call him Beans. He's friendly. He does no harm. He's he's just lurking. He's not a problem. He's welcome. Oh, I hate that so much. I've made everything so neat and tidy, and that is actually vile. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to think about that. Like, it's actually that vile that I'm tempted to rip it up and do it again. Because I mean, it's not. It's flipping not even remotely close to being straight, is it? It's kind of leaving a... I mean, it works. Okay, is there anything else I wanted to do over this end of the world that is just an odd job? We have yet to do anything even remotely constructive with this stuff. the polymer resin. Now we can use polymer resin either to produce more plastic, to produce more rubber, or to produce fabric. There's 3 options for this. Am I safe in saying that all 3 options look roughly similar? Resin or something? Polymer resin, here we go. So we can just add water to it to make either plastic, to make either rubber, or to make either fabric. So I see no reason to not do all of the above. And we can continue once we have a full supply of all 3 of those, just to continue to sink the polymer resin as we're already doing. That oil pipe looks like Trump's plan for Alaska. It does a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah, it does a little bit. And I think it's something that should definitely be rectified. Can I squeeze in 3 refineries here? The word squeeze in refineries doesn't really go well, but if we get rid of you and we get rid of you, considering it's coming here anyway, we could put a smart splitter in this, sending it up this way into 3 different refineries, filling 3 different machines. Just because this is just byproduct. We don't need to do anything particularly fancy with this. It's just byproduct. We're producing 30 per minute per machine, which should be 300 polymer resin a minute. How much does it take to consume most of, not all of that? We can take 60 per minute to produce plastic with the addition of water. Oh, that's the thing I need to remember, the addition of water. Well, how convenient it be that we have water literally here. I'm thinking we may reverse the direction of the belt for this stuff, because it would probably make more sense if it went out this way. Since this is where the water already is, this isn't going to expand in any greater size. Polymer resin's here. We could send it out this way rather than that way. And if we send it this way, we've got the water we need. And more importantly, the plastic and the rubber that we make as a byproduct can then be belted over that way, which is where the plastic and the rubber is being belted already. So it can just merge in and everybody's a winner. And then same scenario again, the remainder we just sink it. That seems like a plan. And when we've already got refineries down here, it shouldn't be too problematic to add some more. If we're tarmacking the world, we should do it properly. I'm going to assume this water's deep enough to slammer. If not, we'll just send it out wide. Alright, okay, so we need in line with that, but not technically there. Let's give it a bit of breathing room. Bit of breathing room. We can kind of have it set with an air of priority, can't we? Or this is just residue. These are never materials that we're going to be able to rely on. These are just a safety barrier for if we need them. So, if we take that there and give each one of these their own recipe, if you do What's it called? Is it called residual plastic? If you do residual plastic, take the polymer resin and the water, make the plastic. If you do residual rubber, polymer resin and water to make more rubber, and you do residual polyester fabric, then we have ourselves three stacks, 3 containers of bonus product, and we just sink the rest. And I feel like we're doing something more constructive with this than just sinking all of it by default. What I probably want is to run the sink down this, have the sink over this way. So it runs through and the overflow comes into the sink. And eventually, once all this fills up, it will probably just sink it all anyway. Okay. I think that sounds sensible. It sounds sensible in my head. If it works in reality, we will have to see. Probably don't need all of this, actually. So, whilst these are mergers, we need splitters up this way. In line with this, coming in from that way, splitting out there. Like such. Bish bash bosh. You lot are going to need some water. Right, let's see if I can remember how we do this. 1, 2, 3. Does that look the same height as that? Not even close, does it? There we go. 1, 2, 3. Connect you up, delete you off, slam a connector in. Repeat the process. Okay. Oh, this is difficult because we don't have a belt. Let's fake a belt. Belt doesn't need to be there. Wait, what? Why is that trying to snap to random ass places? Stop trying to snap to silly places. Nice. Looking neat, looking tidy. Looking fresh. Oh shit, hang on. Okay. Wait, what have I done here? That's the input, right? Oh, because this is a... Oh, flipping hell. Alright. Right, this is a laborious process. Because now we have to turn every single one of these around and replace every single one of these cables. Okay. Quickly coming to the realization that this maybe wasn't the smartest move, but sure. We'll slowly do it. Right, polymer resin in these. I've got to be super careful doing this actually, that we need the sink in place. If I don't put the awesome sink in, it all goes horribly, horribly wrong. That also technically means that because we're sinking it at the end, these should really be smart splitters, not regular splitters. If I put the split in here, I just need one smart splitter saying send it that way and then the overflow that way. Oh god damn, I wish I could make a decision these days. Okay, right, splitter. Smart splitter. So we need in from this direction, out that direction. But the trick here is that this needs to have overflow to the right. And overflow will go down that way. Put the awesome sink down there. But predominantly it will send it through here. So for whilst these still need materials to make bonus plastic, bonus rubber, bonus fabric, until these still need the materials, they can have it. But after that, it will go and get sunk. Right, that's what we're doing. So let's borrow you. You in turn don't need to be there. It's easier having it as one doing the priority to begin with rather than at the end. Do you need power even? Does the awesome sink need power? It does. It does need power. It does. Go on, reach there. Never lucky. Did it not go there? Why aim location invalid? beautiful. Now I need to switch all of these round. To send it out that way. Yeah, doing this 10 times, I'm going to regret this decision, aren't I? I'm also going to run the risk of crashing my entire fuel plant if I don't do this fast enough. Surely it doesn't produce enough polymer resin fast enough. Fall asleep in my chair, time for bed. Sleep well, Rose. Sleep well, sleep well. Thank you for stopping by, appreciate it. Beautiful. So now we should have... Should be able to connect to you in all of these. God, I hope I haven't messed this up. One thing I would say that is definite room for improvement on this game is being able to just like quickly change the direction of belts and splitters and stuff like that. Whether it's me being a dumb, which is entirely possible, but so far I found this process really frustrating. All I wanted to do was change the direction of the belts to instead of send everything left to send everything right. And the only way to do it was to rip it all up and start again, which seems too much. Okay, it's now sending everything through to these predominantly. These still need their water. How much water do they need to operate? 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. No more than 90 per minute. Where's the water thing? Oil extractors. These can take 120 per minute, so we only need a single one of these. Single one of these chilling. I'm assuming you need power too. Right, that should now give this lot enough water. It'll take a minute to play catch up. Take a minute to fill the thing. But once again, this is over supplying water for what these need. It is what these need right now to continue working. Which, since these are backed up on resin, should mean that it's all being spat down that way into the awesome sink. Because it's a byproduct and we don't want it to clog up ever. No need to store it. This is only to make some bonus mats where needed. But we should start seeing some water in here, and when we start seeing some water in here, these can start kicking into gear. And we're making some bonus plastic. Not much bonus plastic, but bonus plastic, bonus rubber, and some fabric. For now, let's put that in a box. Probably not going to do much with this right now, but it's, you know, a better solution than just having it all sunk by default. Where in the world is me boxes? There we go. Since it's only bonus goods, I don't think I need full industrial storage of it. We'll just do regular storage of it for now. We can always upgrade these at a later date if needs be. Weirdly, this is mostly going to be for the benefit of automating fabric, to be honest, since we don't have any other way to automate fabric than this. So, unsure how useful fabric is in the end game, but if it turns out to be useful, at least we'll have got the ball rolling with some production of it. Considering we already make both plastic and rubber, if this ends up being the way we need fabric and the optimal way to make fabric, we can always turn these to fabric as well and combine it all. That's the advantage. This is like, I consider this just like freebie stuff. Previously, we were just throwing it all into the sink. Now we'll at least make something from it if needed and then turn it into the sink. Okay. There's another little sort of snippet-y doodah that I wanted to get done that's now done. Beautiful. Other than putting the fabric in the cloud, which I can't do because I ran out of spheres, we have ticked another box, which is nice. They're all going to run, they're all going to fill. Interestingly, the speed of these is not actually able to consume all of the polymer resin producing this anyway, so this is really just a trickle of bonus stuff. We're still sinking a huge percentage of what we're producing. We were producing 300. This can use 60, 100. Oh, this is only using 130 out of the 300 we're producing right now anyway. So the possibility, I suspect, is we might even scale this up later. It's not too difficult to do. To scale it up, we just move you out the way. We can scale this up easily, adding more refineries, maybe producing more plastic if, you know, whatever the shortage ends up being. We can make more plastic out of it all if we want. But I suspect before too long, these 3 containers will just be full anyway. Okay, that's cool. That's another thing I wanted to sort. That means we can tick another little odd job off the list. It also means I don't technically need the awesome sink down here anymore. It gives us a bit of bonus space if we need it. Ah, that was kind of making our little wall of power. Keeping our wall of power company. Now it feels a little bit empty. That feels a touch empty. What I didn't do, and it was suggested to me to do, is to put like a bunch of batteries down. Some power storage things. Connects to a power grid to store the excess power produced. The stored power can be harnessed if the power grid consumes exceeded production. Or more importantly, when I disconnect something stupidly, it can pull from here quickly. But now we've got turbo fuel up and running, I don't think we're going to actually really add to. If we take a little bit of a look from the top here, we're not really going to add to this build unless we upgrade it to like rocket fuel or something. That might not happen. Because as of right now, this is turbo fueled up, and I don't see this ever changing now. The only thing we might potentially do, and it's still only a potential, is just double the whole lot. We've got the ability to double the whole lot. We could just slap another floor on top of it and do the exact same thing again on top. And that would then give us an extra 10,000 megawatts of juice, minus what it costs to produce it. So, I don't know, 1.5 megawatts or something. That's the only potential thing we might do down here. And that's because we've got another crude oil node that we haven't used yet. Another pure crude oil node. It's not been touched. But as I said, we're more likely to head towards rocket fuel before we consider doubling this, I think. I would not look forward to doubling this because this has taken me, I don't know, cumulatively, probably 7 or 8 hours to put together. Probably it took a little bit longer because I had to think about how to do it to begin with, but so to double it, it wouldn't take as long, but still a lot of finicky, fine pipe shenanigans. Maybe we'd get blueprints on the go properly if we were going to redo this, or to scale it. Okay, I'm happy with this progress then. We have turbo fuel. We can go get a proper amount of turbo fuel now. It's cool that we can just go boosh and blast high now. And more importantly, we can come along and steal a bunch. I said I need to put a bunch in the cloud, didn't I? So let's make sure we put some in the cloud. And I'll keep 2 stacks on me. And we may probably... We've already got that in the cloud. Get rid of the other stuff. Enjoying a beer this evening? Yeah, Wednesday night. Wednesday night we usually do. Quieter on a Wednesday night than usual, because I don't usually stream at these sorts of times and it throws people that I'm even live. But it's a more chill, casual, relaxed stream in the evening. But welcome in. Welcome in. Next to odd jobs is going to be base related odd jobs, I think. The main base related odd jobs we could do with bit of whiskey Wednesdays. I'm not one for the whiskey myself personally, but I will absolutely relish a beer or two. I think we need to head back to base now and do a little bit of cheeky upgrades on the base. This now, both plastic and rubber, can easily be upgraded when needed, but we're not even remotely consuming the plastic or the rubber that we're producing already. So I don't need to worry about that, really. I need an evening where I just fly around and hunt spheres. Now I've unlocked turbo fuel, and we've unlocked some higher grade weaponry. That night for flying around doing some random bits and bobs might be tomorrow. We're going to head back to the main base though, because I would kind of quite like to get a few bits of little upgrades done. And actually, it might be time to have a little bit of a look and see what we need to unlock something. We've still got aluminium. Until we do aluminium, we're kind of stun locked from doing much else. Because I think we need aluminium components to do any more research even. Hover pack could be good fun. Hover pack could be good fun. That's absolutely the thing we need to work to next, isn't it? Alu-clad aluminum sheets. We need to do some aluminum business first. This requires aluminum. This requires aluminum. Yeah, it all starts requiring aluminum to unlock anything else. But as we can see, we got some serious issues in the main base. in regards to speed of operation, more so than anything else. Let me have a little scout around quickly and see which, if any, containers are slacking. Theoretically, everything should probably be full now, or at least most components. Maybe not upstairs. We've consumed a shitload of rotors. I'm going to assume that a lot of these have gone upstairs, although in theory... Okay, some of those are going to have gone upstairs for making more motors. You're full. You're getting there. But are equally probably being harvested. This is a smart splitter, though. Oh, we're just splitting it 50-50 right now. So the reason this is taking a while to fill up is because half of the production's going upstairs to make the heavy modular frames. That's fine. Beams are full. Pipes are full. This is the one that scares me because this is still flipping empty. This means we have a serious production issue somewhere along this line. Whether it be a production issue or a material issue or summon, but summon's ballsed up big time. We are producing only 2 encased industrial beams a minute. That's shocking performance. We do only have 1 steel machine coming to here, which we need 18 beams for this to even work at 6 a minute. Best case scenario, we're only producing 15 beams a minute, so there's no possible way this can run at 100% unless we upgrade that steel machine. But excluding that, we are in a real sticky situation with concrete. Right, I guess it's upgrade concrete time then. Guess it's upgrade concrete time. The way we upgrade concrete is we first upgrade the belt. It's Mark IV belt, the whole lot. That's not going to help my severe lack of belts in the first place, but... Right, what I've cleverly done is made sure that I personally siphon off 50% of the concrete in the first place, at least until this is full. When this is full, the rest of the concrete can go into making other things. So this is like when we slam down a bunch of foundations and stuff, because it goes into the cloud. So it is designed so it fills this up first, which I still want it to be the case. But after that, we have clear and obvious concrete supply issues. So let's ramp concrete a little bit, shall we? We have, at the moment, 1 miner working solo on this whole adventure. He's not slugged. I do have 2 additional limestone nodes in close proximity. So before I start slugging things, I'm going to start tapping these. So let's get you out of the way first. We put one of those there, so then when we do put a miner down, let's get this. Jesus beans, give me some room, fella. Holy. A creature is in the way, you're telling me. There's another node somewhere up here that I'm tempted to bring round this way to join it all up in one spot. We fundamentally need limestone, like, for concrete only, right? That's at least how it feels. I don't seem to use limestone for anything else. Did I make that up? Limestone has only ever gone into concrete. I do suspect that these are all old recipe stuff, I bet. I reckon you can add limestone to other stuff to make other things more effective at some point. But we don't have the tech, so we're not going to. If we don't have the tech, we're not going to. Beans, you're going to get in my way a bunch here, aren't you? Am I being poisoned by... Oh. We got a stink bomb situation on the go. I don't think we need to waste a cluster one on this, do we? Are you the only one? Apparently the only one, okay. Where's this limestone node then? Who stole it? Oh, it's here. Bees. Back in bees. No, it wasn't cluster novelisks, was it? It was explosive. Explosive fellas. Oh no, they've woken up. Jesus, that's really loud, I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing we got to this point in the game and I haven't even picked up my starter nodes of limestone. Whoops! I think I'm going to take all the limestone down here and we'll produce limestone at a little bit more of a scale here and then just pump it in wherever it needs. Missing encased industrial beams. Oh, you are kidding me. This is the whole reason we're building these in the first place. I'm missing beams. If I'm missing beams now, there ain't no way I'm belting this where I need it to go either, am I? Was definitely not expecting to have a shortage on flipping beams to make belts, you know. That was not what I was what I had planned. Yeah, I forgot these were slow. This is deja vu. We spent way too much time earlier today doing this. Standing there crafting flipping beams because I've run out of encased industrial beams in the base and in the cloud as well. But this is literally why we're trying to upgrade concrete, so it is what it is. Right, so we can come out of here. We can go straight to here. Here's to thinking, actually. Whilst this is a normal node right now, what happens when we slug it to death and stack it? It's 300 now. It will top out at 600 maxed, won't it, with a tier 3? Because it's clearly not a great node. No, it's a normal node. It's a 60 node per minute. Yeah, so 600. We're never going to have more than one 600 belt running from this. We will have to upgrade the belt later, but it will be... It can be bigger and better than this later. I didn't bring power over here. Power should be no issue right here. God, this is not good either. Are we producing, like, what we got going on here? 30... I've got 120 copper. Full stop. Yeah, that needs fixing too. That needs a fixing too. We will address that situation. That's also on our to-do upgrade list, because that's pathetic. These can be... These are just rank 1 miners still. Oh god, we could double production just by putting rank 2 miners in. Kind of need to bear in mind that we're going to put rank 3 miners on everything before too long as well. Before I spend too much time building to scale and then realise I've got still only 50%. Okay, what was I doing? I was slamming in a big old power pole, wasn't I? Gotta have one of those up here. Gotta have one of those up there. Do I not have, like, proper power anywhere in this base? I don't think I do, look. Wow, that's embarrassing. Oh, I don't have a zip line thing. We don't need zip lines. We got turbo fuel. Right, let's connect you up. Go gadget. 120 limestone. Check. Ooh, shit. Nearly died. Here's the thinking, actually. On the basis of the fact that I can't actually fully supply more than 120 on this belt right now, we don't need to do... We're going to do just Mark 3 belts. Because I can afford Mark 3 belts. Is the main reason. Why is that completely wonky-saurus? Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, our belt's all on a crooked from the word go. Ooh, okay. I need to fix that. Can't have crooked belts from the word go. we do a crooked belt into here, because I can allow a crooked belt there. Then when we come out, no more crooked. No more crooked. We'll just do Mark III belts for now. This is partly on the theory of that if I do this now, it's another one that should mostly be done. I'm going to need to come along and upgrade this belt at some point, but it means we can now start to scale our concrete production using these first 3 nodes and eventually just turn all of it into concrete, I think. Whereas I've kind of been putting this off as well for a while. Oh no, that's the wrong way round. The irony of a lot of this is for me, is I know I'm trying to do things at a bigger scale, but I'm quite sure that at some point scale will kick me in the teeth and be like, no, 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 this is scale. Right, so here's our first input of, this is our second input of, if this is a 120 normal node, fully, what did we say, fully slugged? Is this 300 fully slugged, which then Mark III makes it 600, which is these two combined, a 120 belt. So if we want to mass produce concrete, we can do a little bit of a, oh, a slug. Wow, how was this slug so close to home and I never got him? Welcome in, Chris. Good evening. Good evening, good evening. We're on odd jobs this evening, like real odd jobs sort of situation. So we're just kind of ticking off all those awkward little boxes of little odd things that we should have done forever ago. We just haven't. Yeah, proper gun. Proper gun. Boom, boom, boom. Proper gun now. We've upgraded our ammunition situation. We have turbo fuel, so we're a little bit more jump packaroony. The base is running off turbo fuel now, so we've got over double the power. We finished that off at the end of this morning's stream. And I'm now trying to fix my seriously inadequate concrete situation. I need a little concrete production area. This bay area looks kind of nice. We need a bunch of manufacturers producing concrete. And at 45 limestone a minute, a 300 belt okay, we just need to build it so it's scalable. That's the simple solution here. We just need to build it so it's scalable. So if we run out, we just add more. That's what we need to do. So, because the scale is going to increase when we put Mark III miners, when we upgrade the belts, when we slug them, this sort of stuff. So let's make a little smelting area. We're probably going to need to give it a little bit of elevation so it doesn't smash into these things. But let's try and just produce a bunch of concrete around here in a way that's easily to add on to. So we're going to build it a little bit higher than we probably would normally build stuff. Solely so that we can bring the 3 nodes of concrete up to it, produce the concrete we need, and then the concrete can go out wherever we need it. So let's take 3 that way. And one day we'll come along and like beautify all of this, but that day's not today. Today's the day to make things work more efficiently. We can swap you out for now. So what we're going to need here is we're going to need the belts of concrete, or the belt of concrete coming in, and then we're going to want to send manufacturers out that way. Not manufacturers, constructors. Simple ins and outputs. Simple ins and outputs. These will make concrete. And the theory here is that when we need more concrete, or when we up our production of limestone, we just come and slap a few more on the end of it. But it's a real simple belt in, belt out job. The day you beautify it is the same day you make a WoW cooking video. Oh, damn. I've been caught out. I would say you're probably right, though. Right after the fishing guide comes out, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We go with practical first. Let's do some quick napkin maths. Are these all normal nodes? Normal, normal, normal. 3 normal nodes, 120, 240, 360. 360 before we start slugging anything. 360 before we upgrade them. So let's at least make sure we can consume 360 so far. 360 divided by 45. Which means we can run 8 machines, making 8 machines so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, 7, 8. 8 machines can be running, making concrete right now. The theory then goes, if we're running 8 now, We double 8 to 16 when we upgrade them to Mark 3s. We double 16 all the way. 16 goes all the way to 40 when we slug them as well. So we're going to have up to 40 constructors producing concrete, which will produce 15 a minute. So we got potential for 600 concrete a minute with the limestone that we have around our base eventually. Up to 600 limestone a minute. I don't even think I can use 600 limestone a minute right now. Concrete a minute right now. That's laying down 300 foundations a minute. Sustained. I think we can work with that. No, it's not. It's 5, isn't it? So that's like, I don't know. I'm sure that'll be plenty. I'm sure that'll be plenty. I need to make sure all of these have the concrete recipe though. Right, you lot, come in here somewhere. We'll figure that out in a minute. We've got to combine that one, this one, and this one. We can take that down in a minute. Once we have produced everything, we want to be careful about this because we want to be able to maybe mirror it, maybe mirroring it, and then just putting it on 2 layers is probably the way that we'll do it. 8 turns into 16. 16. What did I say? 40 is the top tier. 8 turns into 16. 16 double turns into 32. And we just extend them to 10 each when we want 40. Yeah, that's probably how we'll do it. That means we need to bring the concrete out and probably buffer it a little bit further away from where it's coming in. Before sending it on its merry way. Next playthrough, everything will be perfect. Ah, I love you, but sometimes you're an asshole. Because you're very true. Many truths. On that day, many truths were said. Can we squeeze this so that we have merger magic going on here? Preemptively planning for the doublings. Ah, flipping hell, I'm out of flipping beams again. Of course I'm out of beams again. Hang on. Luckily, we're kind of close to home. What is this terminal I have never seen before in my life? Huh. Okay. Legitimately never seen this little terminal before in my life. Up until this point, whenever I've added things to the space terminal, as you can see, I've never bothered to belt them in because that's far too much like hard work. I come up to it and I do press E. I didn't know there was a cool little terminal for it. Right, more flipping encased beams. Where did they go? More beams, more beams. Right, I should probably grab a glass of water or something. We still making beams? Still making beams. That's 50 beams. Are we seeing any more success over here? I mean, we probably wouldn't be yet, would we? But we really need this one running at least optimally. I might do I don't really want to do a doubling of this because it seems really silly, but it might be necessary. I pretty much always get stuck with whatever the current tier of beam is when it comes to production. This is, yeah, okay, we need to upgrade that. Or the current tier of belt, sorry, not beam. What we're going to need to do in a minute is rip all of this down and hook that into it. And then redivert this. Is this still a rank 1? Or is this a rank 2? Oh, this is at least a rank 2. How far did we get on this? Not very far at all. Wait, why is that an invalid shape? Yo, because this thing's the wrong way around. Literally the first one we made. Ins, outs. I don't trust those belts to connect. Oh, and yeah, that's not even remotely close, is it? Not even remotely close. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay, there's that lot in. This is going to be our main concrete output. So we're going to need to get the inputs all into here. Is there any value, do we think, right now of actually stockpiling the concrete back here? Or can I just send it through in the box? It's being stockpiled further up there, closer to our base for ease of use. So maybe we just run this out anyway. Probably don't need to waste too much time or space stockpiling it here, actually. Which means I'm probably just going to run it straight out, actually, thinking about it. Let's just bang it straight out and we'll connect it into this belt. Right, if it's not working right now, now's the time to get rid of it. Now's the time to undo it because it's not working. So let's rip this up. Okay, we're going to come down here, we're going to connect on here. Right, this lot kind of just needs to go away. Yeah, this lot just kind of needs to be undone. Just see you later. Hopefully I don't delete anything crucial. With this needing to go up there and merge, we probably just want to loop this round and merge it here and then run it up that way, I think. So let's actually take that out completely. Bonus belts, bonus poles for some reason. Don't know how that managed to get there. This was actually the very first thing we automated in the entire game. Was this. The very first thing. It has served its purpose well. But now it shall move on. It'd be really nice if I could have a container with 3 inputs. But we don't. So we're going to... to get rid of the weird and wacky... To get rid of the weird and wacky, we go straight into a box here. It's not going to get rid of the weird and wacky very well, is it? Because this belt never works. That belt just never looks right ever. But at least once you've got it in here, you can bring it out and it looks nice again. We get a big one of these. So we've got one belt that we've brought in from here, another belt that's coming from here. Wait, why won't that connect all of a sudden? There we go. And then a third belt that's coming in from here. You go in there, and then this can go in here. No, missing encased flipping beams again. How did turbo fuel go this morning? Mwah. Couple of little hiccups, but other than that, it's all up and running. It's all perfectly stable. It's doing its job as it should. Very nice, very nice. Ah, these encased industrial beams might not ever produce, will they? Because I've turned off concrete to the base. Okay, I'm going to have to do something really annoying and use tier 3 belt temporarily. We'll upgrade it in a minute. Actually, is that roughly the same height as this in the first place? It's not, is it? Okay. Right, that's good enough for now. Love the Clint Eastwood twirl of the gun. Yeah, it's quite nice. The little touches like this game, the little touches like that in this game really make it like just quite special. It really does feel like that sometimes. Yeah, if we take a little bit look at turbo fuel, you can see solid as a rock. We're now producing 11,000 megawatts of fuel. Would only be consuming a little over 4 even if everything was on, so we're really good on power for a little while. Can't say that it'll stay that way, but at least for now we're good on fuel. No, that's not what I want to do. Right, are you producing? I'm just trying to zerg my, or at least set up in a little bit more of an optimal fashion, my limestone for now. Why are you not doing anything? Oh, you are doing something good, beautiful, excellent. Right, so that lot going in there should mean this should start to fill up pretty quickly now. The reason I wanted to use a double one of these is just so that we have 2 outputs from a general storage of limestone, meaning when we double this, which we inevitably will, when we double this, we can have one feed running into the bottom, the top feed running into the top. We'll double this vertically, so we'll have 2 floors. It's just, you know, somewhat of an even distribution to the lot. But for now, flipping tree would have to be right there, wouldn't it? Would have to be right there. Wait, are they? That is pointing the right way. Oh, flipping beams again. Quick, give me some more beams. I'm kind of liking the fact, though, that I'm not going back to my old early game builds and absolutely hating them. I hope that trend continues. I remember that the first time I played this, there was so much spaghetti and so much just chaos everywhere that by the time I got to roughly this phase in the game, I just wanted to scrap the whole base, put it in the bin and start again. I'm not getting any of those vibes yet now, which is good. Means I've kind of either figured out the ways of building or have been more organised in how we build. Conveyor belt is too long. Lies. You can leave the tree there. Nice touch of decoration. So now we should have, apart from a distinct lack of power to any of this, now we should have all of this up and running to make a bunch of concrete little bit more effectively than what we're doing right now. We are going to need some slight rearrangement of things here. Bring it down here and across here and then across here. Yeah, I suppose that'll do. It would kind of make more sense just to take it that way and go across. Considering we've already got belts and stuff going in that way anyway. Feeding this onto the mini highway we've already made, rather than doing another snake. Because this area has 3 iron nodes on it, which are absolutely screaming for upgrades. Not that these are doing much right now, but they should be doing more, is the point. So actually, I don't want to go all the way out that way and all the way that way, do I? Because then that kills this area here. We're going to go straight out this way and in this little belt bus that we've already got. Don't make too many zigzags when you don't need zigzags. Was that a Mark 1 belt? Oh my god. This was definitely due an upgrade. So I've already changed my mind on this. I'll give myself a little bit of leeway in case I need to do anything along here with input belts, which might be a case. But otherwise that can just go zoop as far as the eye can see that way now. About that far, I reckon. Then down here. There we go. That's going to make a lot more sense, isn't it? That's going to make a huge amount more sense. I am absolutely not going to have the beams to make this flipping thing, though, am I? Do I just belt rank 3 belt? It feels so stupid rank 3 belting stuff right now. What is a rank 3 belt? Rank 3 belt is 270. What did I say we're producing here? Do we even need it any more than a rank 3 belt right now? 15 times 8. $120. No way that's all we're making right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god. Oh, we don't even need any more than a rank 2 belt. That's really stinky. Well, I'll do rank 3 for now. We'll update this later in the day. Skimping on belts after like 70 hours feels so wrong. Whoops, nearly fell off, nearly died. Whoa, I did die. Oh, so close. Boom. Oh, it's all Mark 4 belt here anyway. You're mostly full of concrete anyway, so now we can switch it all on and it should feed all of that concrete back into the base in a much more efficient fashion. So why isn't it on? Power. Power's why it's not on. Power. Dun dun dun. Still use power poles for this sort of stuff, you know. Still never found a way of doing power that I really like. Meaning I still just kind of do the same power setup I've used since the beginning. Which is mostly just a daisy chain everything together like this. Because I don't put ceilings on half of my buildings, I haven't then felt the need to use wall or ceiling stuff properly, when I really, really, really should have. Can you reach from there? Oh, if you can reach from there, reach from there. Oh, God tier. Right, beautiful. Took another half hour or so, maybe a touch more to be fair, but that should at least be, I mean, easily quadruple the amount of concrete running to the belt that it was previously. And once again, I at least kind of think it's relatively neat and tidy. It's not entirely, but it's it'll do. It'll do. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we just run along and upgrade every belt to the highest it can possibly be, and that will just be, you know, that'll be great. I can't wait to the point where we end up with more than 1,200 of an item and need to double stack endgame belts. That'll be wonderful. Stro, welcome in. Good evening. Let's check to see how far this gets. There's a good chance that there's a few more belts I need to upgrade that are taking concrete places. So it zips along here. Zips along here. Oh, I take it all the way over here before I share it upstairs. That seems like a really random decision. Is this the first thing? Are those encased steel beams literally the first thing that's using my concrete? Other than me stealing some of it for cloud-based storage. Wow, it really is. Okay. Upstairs seems to be pretty deadlocked, which concerns me. Why is upstairs so deadlocked? Oh, is this going to have been hardcore suffering? I'll tell you what, I haven't checked these today, have I? Oh, it's beautiful. Look at all the heavy modular frames. Oh, I love it. This is why, even if shit doesn't run effectively, get it built. Get it built, because you'll come back to it 8 to 10 hours later after going and doing another big project, and you'll come back and you'll thank your past self for doing it. Oh my. That's clearly not a huge amount of these now, but that's the kind of stuff that means anytime I look at doing research in the next 2 days, I've probably got enough of these. We got high-speed connectors stacking up nicely. I don't even know what these are. Computers stacking up nicely. None of this is producing very fast at all. More circuits than you know what to do with. AI limiters, more than I will literally ever use in 20 playthroughs, but hey ho. Motors nearly full container. Stators full container, backed up, chilling. Oh, we're getting places, boys and girls. This is what we wanted. We should also, believe it or not, even with all of these in place, the thing that's been holding us back, I reckon, is concrete. Or, more precisely, the encased industrial beams, maybe. Although modular frames seem to be fighting for that bottleneck position. AI limiters sounds applicable with today's stake of the... yeah, absolutely. Maybe we limit NVIDIA's performance. China wants to come and say hello. Okay, well I suspect that this will now stock up with these. And it'll be the modular frames that's actually holding me back, which means this concrete will fill up as well. Which means yet more concrete for downstairs. Which is slowly coming in. Slowly coming in. Now, that's still going to mean that we only produce, at best, 6 encased industrial beams a minute, which is really kind of poor. Which is kind of leading me to think that because these have been a real concern of mine for flipping ages now, I might slug the shit out of this for a while. Just to, like, let it play catch up. It's not like we're short on power. Just notice you have Path of Exile as a tag to your stream. Do I? Oh, that would be a Jack the Dipper situation, that will. We're in the Satisfactory category. That's a Jack the Dipper's thing. He's been playing. He plays around with all my tags. Oh, I do apparently. World of Warcraft, Factory, Path of Exile. Did I try PoE 2? I mean, I gave it a little bit of a go. But realistically, no. Realistically, no. Right, this could do with taking up to 90 concrete a minute right now and 45 steel beams a minute. That means this needs to put a shift in. And this, I mean, 150 steel a minute is more steel than I produce, full stop. So there is no way that this is going to work. It might churn through a bit of a backlog for a while though, but that's fine. What does a white status mean? When it's white, does it mean it's doing something and it's slugged to shit? Ah, clever. There's part of me that even thinks about slooping this, just to kind of get the ball rolling, because I've been dire on these. Give me some sloops. Give me some double-double. Give me some double-double action. 30 encased beams a minute. Let that run for an hour. Fill that box back up fast. Oh, the whole thing glows a funny colour, look. Holy! Do some double doubles. "75 steel beams a minute. Requires 45, that's fine, okay. What did I say? We're producing 120 concrete. Yeah, that means this can play catch up a little bit with these beams, because the distinct lack of anything is a real issue. There's only 55 in existence, full stop. So, right. I need to somehow remember this is where all my slugs and all my sloops has gone. So, inevitably, at some point in the future, when I say, shit, where did all my sloops go? Somebody remind me they're in here. One of the advantages of streaming whilst playing this game. You have people that will help you out when you make silly mistakes. Right, that was another little thing to do that wasn't predominantly forward focused but was fixing yesterday's problems, with that also in theory fixing our imminent belt problems. What it might not be a bad idea to do now is actually methodically upgrade basically all of these belts. Or do I think we are going to need to do... do I need to do that? I don't know. It's probably more of... Look how much of this isn't really moving, to be fair. Doubling steel is really high on my priority list. In fact, talking about priority list, now that we got turbo fuel up and running down here, we've got 10,000 megawatts of juice. Our coal power is doing, in essence, absolutely nothing. Not only is it doing absolutely nothing, it's claiming these 2 coal nodes, which I want to combine with these 2 coal nodes and this iron that's over here and make more steel. I want this to make more steel. From the last phase, from phase 3, we were already consuming significantly more steel than we were able to produce. So we kind of needed to double steel before we even got to phase 4. A random heads up, Microsoft has a major bug in their phone link app, so be careful if you use that. It's deleted over 2,000 pictures from my phone today. Oh dear. Didn't Microsoft have some issue with a Teams update sometime recently as well? They're not having the best of luck, are they? They're causing some boo-boos. What are we now? We've hit the 75-hour mark. 75 hours since last Monday. That's nearing an average of 8 hours a day. I need to calm down. Which teams? Teams Classic, Teams Personal, or Teams... I don't even know. I don't even know. Mrs. Manthius was having a good on complain about Teams, which is where I heard of it from. She unfortunately has to spend most of her day dancing between Slack and Teams and all of this sort of stuff. So is more acutely aware of those problems than I am. One thing I am intrigued to see now, actually, is let's go and have a little bit of a look up here and see how we, for the last billion hours, should have been producing 3 per minute on, are they called modular engines? Never understood Slack or why you would want it. It's the same as Discord, but just for the business world, isn't it? That's really it. Discord, the business world doesn't want to be seen to use Discord because Discord's for gamers. And ooh, Discord's for gamers, you know? But it's basically exactly the same. Yeah, this modular engine factory has been running for like ages now. And it has, in theory, been producing 3 per minute. Or close to. So this should be big old juicy box of goodies. Oh! More than a big old juicy box of goodies. This thing is nearly full. Go on then. How many is that? 100, 200, 300, 400. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2,400 fit in a box. Go on. I think that's more than I'm going to need of these for quite some time. Dare I say it, do I start syncing these just for the tokens? Because having this just kind of chilling, doing nothing, I don't care about power consumption anymore. That said, it is using all of the steel when it is running. And I'm clearly going to need that steel elsewhere, but I am about to double it. And I imagine these things, these are project part 4s. I reckon these things probably, I reckon they sync really nicely. I reckon we get a shitload of tokens off those. Or do we just let it be full? Calling it now, one of them will be rebranded to Teams Copilot. Oh, probably. Yeah, Microsoft's branding is always wackadoodle. Invariably find that a lot of apps just replicate Discord, but worse. Like, you can't change individual volumes of other people. Oh, okay. First, it has terrible control over who is speaking in the volume controls. Then it has terrible feedback of when you are transmitting. And then it tries to hijack everything and open all files in itself. No, I don't want to open an Excel file in Teams. I want to open it in Excel. How about that now? Yeah, I'm guesstimating. I'm guesstimating that these sorts of problems are pretty universal. Most big corporate business software is usually trash unless it's like properly enterprise level, where it's built to a point where it's not allowed to fail. Most software doesn't qualify for that. Overflow it with a Mark 1 belt. Will sync, and the backlog will not all the steel will be used. Yeah, but it's 3 per minute. Like a Mark 1 belt is like nothing. A Mark 1 belt is still 60 per minute. Oh, you built that small? 3 per minute on these is not small. These are not engines. These are the spaceship component things. These are the space elevator components. 3 per minute's bigger than we'll ever need. My question is really now is, do I just let it continue to run and sync the bonus ones, put a splitter in here and just like overflow into a sync to get some cheeky points, because I reckon these probably sync for shitloads, or do I just turn it off because it's actually consuming most of my steel right now, considering I've already got a container full of the damn things, and I can't imagine I need more than this even to complete phase 4, honestly. I don't know what these are going to be used for next. Probably go into this one, which needs 500. Let's assume one of these takes 4 of these each. We've still got enough for that already. I'm kind of willing to just leave this to fully back up and then turn off, if I'm honest right now. At least until I know how many of them I need. suppose it technically doesn't make a difference, does it? Whether it's on and consume. I don't know. It's fine. I just wanted to see how it was doing. And it's full. We also have a container over here full of Toblerones. I don't know if we need Toblerones anymore, but the box is there and it's full of them. So we'll see. And this can produce... I can't remember how many this can produce. I think I had this set up so that it runs this factory properly. So, I don't know. I didn't put any signs up. See, this is why I've started to get into the habit of putting signs up telling me what each thing is doing. Because whilst I may think I'm an elephant and I never forget, I forget everything very quickly. I can now come here and go, oh, I'm making 3 per minute, assuming I provide this, 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 and this. So I can quickly see. The space elevator parts are worth quite a bit when sinking them. We'll just sink these for a while. If I can always change my mind. Oh, phooey, there's no room. Smart something or other. Smart splitter. Ins, outs, outs. Absolutely zero need for these to be Mark 4 belts. They bring 3 items a minute along them. Center is... so fill the box first, overflow around here when you're done, and then we'll sink them. Oof, that's too much like clipping for me, even on a temporary box. How many tokens we got on the go in here? 17. 400,000 coupons until next token. I've never put any bug DNA in here. How about using a platform that has been alpha, beta, zeta tested by millions of people, like Discord? I mean, Discord is by no means perfect. But I think it would be way more widely adopted if it was I think it'd be way more widely adopted if it didn't have like that gamer tag to it. Oh my shit! They really do sink for a lot. Look what that did to my points. Holy! Wasn't this on like 500,000 or something? Didn't one of those give me like 100,000 points or something? So we're looking at about 300,000 points a minute right now. Oh, this number is going to go to the moon. Why did it sink it though? Because it should not be sinking. It should be override that goes forward. Center overflow. Why is right set to none? Okay. That was my bad. They're meant to go in there first. They're meant to make sure this box is full. They weren't meant to sink yet. Woo! Zoom! Okay, that's cool. Need to put some windows or something in there. Yeah, we were kind of half thinking that maybe a doubling of steel, maybe a bit of an optimization of steel is worth doing. When I go and look at this now, not this, ignore this. When we go and have a little bit of a look at this, it's very quick and easy to tell that relative to our other power production, this is fucking useless, right? It was cool. I might not delete it, but I might just steal the coal from it. I might leave it there for prosperity. Not going to delete it, but I am going to steal the coal, I think, because we could slug the shit out of these. Or have I already? I don't think I have. If we slug the shit out of these, we can steal all of this coal and turn it straight into steel. Discord wouldn't be relevant anymore if they didn't have the whole gamer thing to them. That's kind of how they took off at the start. Yeah, you might be right, but it's not like they don't have a ridiculously big user base now anyway. If they were able to take that user base and triple it by being compelling to the business world as well, I'm sure there's got to be some value there, right? So this is a Mark II that's not been slugged. What does a Mark II look like when we slug it to death? Slug to death, that's 300 a minute, which will eventually double to 600 a minute. So that's 1,200, up to 1,200 steel we could produce just from these 2 coal nodes, which is kind of where we need to be, really. Because at the moment, our entire steel production is coming from these 2 nodes, which is pathetic, and I actually think I've slugged these even. Oh no, these are Mark IIs. Yeah, I've even slugged these to get these to 120 a minute. That's embarrassing. And they are producing my entire steel supply. Right, I think I know what I'm doing first thing tomorrow. I'm going to probably leave it there for now. It's already getting quite late for me. It's gone, it's nearly 11:30. So I should probably not play some video games for a little bit before going to bed. This is probably tomorrow's job though. We're going to turn off what is... Oh, I haven't separated these power grids very well, have I? But we're going to turn off what is these coal generator burner things, coal powered generators. They only produce 75 megawatts of fuel per, and I think there's napkin maths, 75 times 16. So the whole thing is 1.2 megawatts of power. It's absolutely nothing. It's like 10% of our power. So turning it off is not going to be the end of the world, but stealing the coal and using it more efficiently, priceless. Especially since we've got all of this iron lying about here, not really being fully utilised. Right, let's head back to the base. So there's a plan of action for tomorrow. Although I really should get aluminium on the go. I'll debate between whether we ramp our steel through the roof or prepare it so that it can be ramped through the roof. We'll turn this entire area into a steel mill. Turn this entire place into a steel mill. I'll configure something better for this as well. I never liked this from the word go, so I need to figure a better solution for this. I literally never liked this from the word go, especially since we made our platforms so low that the flipping earth sticks through them. We can't build on it properly. So yeah, some redo of the steel plant, because it's not really much of a steel plant right now. Once it produces 45 a minute per machine, and I don't think all of these machines are even running remotely close to optimally. So we've got to jack this through the roof, fix this a little bit, because it's all a little bit wiggly and all a bit... This is actually ridiculous. This is the first time I've looked at a build that we made at the beginning of the game and gone, what was I thinking? This was just a hack it together job and make it work, wasn't it? Clearly. Obligatory trains. Yeah, right here, right now, I don't have any reason for trains. Although, when we start looking at aluminium, I'm probably going to want to get bauxite in from a bunch of places. There is the theory. I'm not necessarily sure how feasible this becomes, but based upon the fact that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes of bauxite on my map in a potentially trainable sort of route. I don't even know. I'm not guaranteeing trains, because that could be an adventure that I'm not ready for yet. But getting this bauxite, probably I've semi-decided that we're going to grab this, bring it to this big sort of relatively dead area, or maybe just down here. Our space elevators here. This kind of corner's not really doing much right now. We do have our big belt of rubber and plastic coming this way, but I might do aluminium like up here, for example, because these 2 copper nodes for our main little make everything base. We've got another copper node up here that we're not really using. We need copper for aluminium. We might bring this into here. Although we also need coal as well. I haven't decided. Up here is actually probably a really good place for it because of all of the coal. But it means we've got to get all of this up there. I'm at phase 5 and 480 bauxite has been enough for me so far. Well, this is also something I should be slightly cautious of. That it's great that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes here. But I probably don't need all of them. And this is kind of what I'm thinking, that do I just hack together one? Like, do I just hack together one so that we've got a small amount to like get research and stuff done? And once we've unlocked a bit more stuff, because when we look at what we unlock this phase, we unlock some pretty powerful shit. We get the hover pack that I absolutely need ASAP. Rank 5 belts, 780 belts. Not that there's really much need for these right now, but they will start to become really important to me. We get the hazmat suit. We get the ability to make all of the batteries and the drones, and we get this, you know, there's some quite interesting stuff that we need to just get unlocking. The computers we got sorted. Plastic we got sorted. Like the other basic components for all of this research, easy business. Easy business. This is why I'm thinking just get aluminium up and running quickly, just for research, unlock everything, and then see where you want to go from there. Drones might fix a shitload of my problems here. Drones might fix an awful lot of my problems. I might be able to just kind of like leapfrog. I know drones don't have huge amounts of capacity, but drones could really fix some of my problems here of getting shit from around the map to a location that I can then do something with. Drones might actually be the Mantheus's version of trains. I don't know what advanced does, but it gives us at least cooling systems and all of this. Turbo motors, miners Mark 3s. And then all of the scary nuclear stuff. Trains better than drones. Some people love trains. Some people love trains. I'm unfortunately not one of them. But right, anyway, I am going to leave it there for today, boys and girls. We made some pretty solid progress today. Got so many little knick-knacky things sorted so that they don't haunt me forever and a day. An upgrade to concrete has been incredibly useful. We got turbo fuel up and running, which now means our jetpack is doing well. What else have we achieved so far today? Just lots of knick-knacky stuff, mostly over by the oil production. We need to spend some time going and getting some spheres so we can make sure that absolutely everything is going in the cloud. Secondly, we need some spheres to unlock some upgrades for the cloud because it's still remarkably weak. We have it and it's useful, it's all hell, but we need double stack size like ASAP. This only requires 3. I just need to go and do it. But this upload speed is going to be really important as well, and that takes 7. So 10 spheres. I might just say, right, we're going to go spend an hour farming spheres and just do it. So there's a few things on the job list still, but figuring out aluminium is critical. But boys and girls, that is genuinely me done for the day. Thank you very much once again for sticking with me through this little playthrough. The enjoyment I'm having playing this right now, I hope that is like translating to you guys compared to us just like milling around pretending that we're making gold in World of Warcraft all the time. Chatting about the same shit over and over again. It's nice to do a little bit of change of scenery, and of course it's brought some new faces to the stream, which is also very nice. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your evening. Come say hi on the Discord, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.